And I want to say welcome. If this is your first time joining us in this amazing mastermind mastery call, it's a nice place to be, actually. All right. So you're not at the wrong place, but you're actually at the right place. My name is Dr. Afolabi Olatunji. I'm the host of this amazing mastermind mentorship class. We started a very interesting teaching series tied to the three fundamental law of wealth mastery, the three fundamental law of wealth mastery. We need to first understand from this point of view that everything about the world in terms of what makes the world beautiful or what makes the world the way it is right now is governed by some certain laws. And that is just very germane. That is just very true. Everything, including where you are. If I want to give an example, I can talk about Nigeria. Whatever makes Nigeria works right now is as a result of some certain laws, some certain principles, some certain lay down instructions by some perhaps legislative body or judiciary body by the government to make it work, to make it function as it ought to. Going against this law is like you're going against the government. And when you go against laws, what the repercussion is always very severe, and you don't want to go against it. It's just the same thing when we apply it in wealth mastery. It means that if you don't follow these fundamental laws, you are actually going against him, and the wealth you hope to attract into your life may never be visible or may never even come. So it's just going to be most times you working all the work and you're not seeing the result. And I hope that will not be your story after this mastery class. What does it mean for us to talk about the three fundamental laws of wealth mastery? The first we talk about is that we talk about the law of use. You have to first understand that whatever you don't use, you lose him. Most time when I tell most people what the law of use states, they're going to be like, man, tell me more. So I first begin by letting them know that whatever you don't use, you lose. The time not used, you lose. Money not used, you lose. Family not well managed, will collapse. Brain not used, you lose him. Time not used, you lose him. In fact, today not used, you lose him. Whatever you don't use equals lose or loss. Interesting to know that the law of use works in everything we do in life. Just like you have books you don't read, what happened? Those books are going to be in the shelf. And when you don't read them, you lose from the value or the knowledge that the book could have given to you. So law of use is very germane to the kind of to the wealth you want to attract into your life. How your life is going to turn out around depend on what you have made to use or put to use. The law of use, a lack of use equals to loss. If you don't use, you lose. Ambition or use declines. If you quit, you lose automatically. What are you working on? What is it that you're doing? The moment you decide to say, man, I'm just tired, I just want to give it up, you automatically lose from it. The strong feelings, just like we're talking about we humans. You're talking about your body. What makes you human? The strong feelings or use, what happened? Decreases. It decreases, that's the way it is. Or you can say it diminishes. If you have strong feeling about something and you're not going after it, you say, man, I just want to be successful. I just want to have this money. I want to be a billionaire. I want to be a millionaire. Like telling one of the musicians here in Nigeria says, I want to be a billionaire. She keeps singing it. These are strong feelings. The strong feeling is what makes you to say, I want to be a billionaire. I want to be a millionaire. But are you going in the demand of what it takes to be a millionaire or billionaire? Now, if you are not doing so, it means that those strong feelings that you have and you're not pushing it, it's going to diminish. It's like they say, desire without a sense of urgency, it just loses its value. You have a desire about something, it's going to disappear. Faith on use, you lose it. It decreases. Everything today on use, you losing. Vitality on use diminishes. It's as simple as ABC, energy on use. It decreases completely. You have energy to do something. You have talent that you want to put into something. You don't use the talent. Guess what happens? You lose him. Because what is the essence of the talent you're not pushing to use? The moment you decide to keep it to yourself and you're not practicalizing it, you're not getting into the act of bringing out the best of that talent. Imagine Messi or Ronaldo. I'm a big time Ronaldo fan. Imagine the way Ronaldo, because I was told when you make comparison between Messi and Ronaldo, some people will say Messi is a product of grace and Ronaldo is a product of hard work. The truth is that there's an element of hard work that makes Messi who he is. And that's what we didn't see. But let's talk about Ronaldo as a case study in this particular masterclass. Ronaldo do get on the field. I was told the kind of work ethic this guy putting into what makes Ronaldo a brand is so unhuman. He put in a whole lot. So you're talking about the talent. From the energy, from the feelings, this guy was able to bring out something which is called the skills. It is those things that materializes into the skill set that make Ronaldo to have perfect some certain, style of playing that makes him to be unique in the entire world right now. Imagine if Messi has all the old talent and is not putting it to use. What happened? There will never be anything like Messi. You and I will never hear anything like Messi. That is the effect of people putting opportunity to use. Money not used, you lose. It disappears. That's why when you have things to do, according to Grant Cardone, he said the money that you have, he said, what is the use of that money you kept in the account? Why can't you use those money and put it in your brand and put it into what you are doing right now that you believe in? You back it up with your faith, your energy, your zeal to make out the best for it. That's how you put things to use. That's how you get things working for you. You got to take to manage yourself. And how do you go about this thing to start to bring out the best of the law of use or the things you have abandoned in your life? You have to start sitting yourself down, because that's the solution. I'm giving you the solution right now. You take inventory of your life. What is it that I haven't really been doing very well? What is it that I haven't perfected all this while that I keep procrastinating? I keep talking about what is not. So take inventory of your life. That is the solution. By the time you sit yourself down, audit yourself, take inventory. Oh, what is it have I done all right? What have I been procrastinating on? What is it that I have that I haven't put it to use? Do I need to get it to use? Energy, talent, skills, money, time, today, the year, the things you've been abandoned for so long, you got to put them to use. That is what the law of use says. Now, to wrap it up, I said that you can also relate it to the Bible story of the three parables. When the master got these three parables, he got 3 talents for these guys. One of the first talents is 5 talents, and he got these 3 servants of his. And then, as at that time, talent is equivalent to gold. Imagine the master gave this other one, he gave him 5 talents. And he said, you know what, go do something. He gave the other guy 2 talents. He said, go do something about it. He gave the other guy 1 talent. He said, go do something about it. According to the story, the master traveled. He came back. As he came back, he asked the 3 servants. He called them, so what's up? What do you do with these things? Guess what? The first guy came up. The moment the first guy came up in the 3 parable story, the first guy said, Master, you know what? I know it's quite difficult at first. I tried all the I can do, but I must multiply it from 5, it got to 6, from 6, it got to 7, 7, 8, 9, and it got to 10. Master, I did awesome by duplicating it. I make it double. Now, master said, well done, you did well. He has the other guy, the 2 talent. He said, what have you done with yours? The guy said, it's about the same with the first guy. I was able to multiply the 2 talent. Now it turns to 4. And he asked the last guy, hey, what's up? What have you done with the 1 talent I gave you? The guy said, you know what, master? I just did pretty awesome. In fact, I did better than others. The master said, okay, tell me about it. He said, when you give me that talent, I carefully wrap it up, in a wrapping sheet, and I dug a hole and I buried that talent inside of it just to await your coming back. And now that you are back, I immediately went into that hole. I dug it out and I showed you that talent. And that is why I brought now the talent is centered and everything. And the master was like, oh my God, what have you done? He said, you know what? He ordered the servant and said, take this guy away, go and throw him somewhere. He has not done well. What happened, or what that guy has done, is that he has wasted the talent. And he gave that one talent, he gave it to the guy with the 5. Somebody will ask and say, why will you give it to the guy? Because he was able to learn how to multiply things. Question is, what are you doing with the talent that you have given? What is it that you have within you and you are not willing to put it to use? Just like we're doing, part of the talent some of us had is to reach out to you, to teach you the fundamentals, information, the basis of how you can master money and start to become a money magnet. Everywhere you go, it's important. Start to attract wealth with your mindset. Develop it up here, because if you have it up here, it's going to multiply. This is a part of the talent. What are you doing? Are you in the business industry, in the network marketing industry, or whatever direct sale business? Maybe you're working for somebody. Are you making the most of yourself, the ability, your time at that place? If you are not, start to put it to use so that you don't lose him. All right. It's very, very important. Now, the second law that we talk about here is the law of, we talk about the law of sowing and reaping. Yeah, the law of sowing and reaping. You see, the truth is that whatever you sow is what you reap. Now, the law could go the other way and say, whatever you reap is what you have sown. Whatever you reap right now is what you have sown. What is it that you have right now? It's as a result of where your work has put you. See, your income level will not far exceed your level of personal development. Write it down. Your income level is not going to be far above your level of personal development. So it means that what you're earning right now, what you have in your pocket, what you have in your bank account, what you're looking at in terms of reality is as a result of where your level of how you have developed yourself as is given back to you. So it is proportional. There is no cheating here, ladies and gentlemen. You say, man, life is not fair. It's very fair, guys. It's very fair. Can you imagine Tinubu never really putting much work into what he's doing? Will he ever become the president of Nigeria? No. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no success by accident. Whatever you reap is what you have sown, and whatever you have sown is what you will reap. That is what the law of sowing and reaping is all about. And according to the law, the Bible scripture, because I love him what it said it could also be temporarily. Let's not go into politics right now. According to the law says when you are sowing, he said there are some things that will happen. One of the things that will happen when you are sowing, when you are digging, when you are putting in everything you're doing, he said, check this. He said, first, some of those seeds you've sown is going to fall by the wayside. It's not going to get to that, that land, the creamy land where it will grow, germinate. Some of them will fall into another side where it will never grow. I'm telling you, yes, I'm preaching it. It will never grow. Another part of the seed will fall on the, will fall on the ground whereby the birds will come picking. In fact, on the same ground where it is soily and creamy, some birds will come. You can't chase the birds. The birds are people that will encroach into your life. The birds are the people that will come into what you're doing. They're going to come. They're going to come pick up the seed. They're going to come as a form of distraction into what you're doing. It's part of it. It's part of what the law. In fact, the law said some of it, he said, the seed won't get to the level where it will go deep down. So it's going to die along. Okay, what can you do about these things? There's nothing, there's not much you can do. He said, but at last, he said, very few of this seed will grow deep down, and they are the one that will go and then grow up to give you the seed. And they give the seed, and you start reaping from the seed. You can imagine what the law says. The law never cheats on nobody. The law is the law. It's there. It's there. It's their fundamentals. And be careful of somebody saying they're writing a new fundamental according to my mentor, Jim Ron. The law is there. It will happen. Wait for it. Habakkuk 2:2 says it. So up to chapter 3. He said, wait for it. He said, because the vision is set for an appointed time. It will happen. All you need to know, to be focused, know what you're doing. I choose this part, and I'm going to go deep down to it. Now, let's quickly talk about law number 3 on how the 3 fundamental law on how to attract our money mastery. And these laws are what is going to get you into the good side of life, whether you like it or not. Now, the third law, the law of what? Seed time and harvest. You know, we've talked about sowing and reaping. Now we're talking about the law of seed time and harvest. There is always a seed time. There is always an harvest time, which is like giving and receiving. That's the law. The law of giving and receiving. See, whatever you're doing at the moment is going to come back to you. Whatever you do is going to come back to you. Be it good, be it bad. Can you imagine you stored in success? What is going to happen to you? You're definitely going to be, somebody say, man, I want to be successful. I want to achieve this. I want to achieve that. What are you supposed to do, for example? If you want success, are you not just going to go in the demand of going to study success? Read books on success. It's so simple. You want good health? Go and read books on good health. You want relationship, good relationship? Go read books on relationship. It's so easy. Whatever you want is there. Giving and receiving. You give, he said, give us never lack, right? Whether it's monetary, whatever you do, you're going to get it back. It's as a result of sowing into people's life. And that's why you see most people on their car, they say, give us never lack. It's not because they are giving physical things. Some people you give material things. Some people give intellectual, information that could change people's life. Information. And by the way, we are in the age of information right now. What are you giving? What are you throwing out there? Law of giving and receiving. That's the law. These three laws are just important. You give out bad, what you reap is bad. You give out evil, you're doing evil, you reap evil. If you are the type that you waste your time every day, you're not developing yourself, you're just out there, just doing what doesn't matter. Guess what happened? Not much is going to happen to you. You'll never attract anything in terms of wealth, in terms of success. Make sure every day counts into your dreams and goals, your aspiration in life. You're doing something. It doesn't matter how small it is. Make sure you're doing something in line with what is going to change your life into your future every day. Failure to do so is going to be failure to receive a loss. You're going to miss out from it. I just want to strongly encourage you that these laws are very important. They are the three fundamental laws that we call will lead to wealth mastery. And these laws will always get you into the good side of life, only if you master it. Now, in case you've not had it, maybe you've had it, I've been able to break it down in pieces for you. And I hope you've got value and you've learned a lot about what this law and how they can change the course of your destiny, your life forever. You see, when you sit down with this law, I can guarantee you the rest of this month or the rest of this year is going to be a year that you're going to really strongly appreciate and be thankful for, because they are just law. They are very fundamentals. They are there, but most of us, we don't seem to roll or to recognize and to make use of it. The first law, remember, is use. The second is sowing and reaping. The third is giving and receiving. They are very important, ladies and gentlemen. I remain your friend, your success partner, Afolabi Olatunji. I want to say, take care. God bless you. I see you on the winning side of life. And I goodbye. And I say, as you go about your day, don't count it. When you start counting it is when you start losing out from it. See what you're going to do? Make sure.
Where do they come?
Yeah. And bye for now.